A bunch of you guys asked if I would be reviewing Afnan's new Kiana Vibes, and I'm happy to say that that's exactly what we're gonna be doing today. So I've been able to do a full wear test with this and compare it to the original fragrance that it's inspired by, which is, of course, my favorite designer release of 2025, Herrera La Bomba. So let's just get right into it. So first, let's start off with the notes. This, of course, being inspired by La Bomba, is gonna have a very similar note structure. The main difference that stands out to me is the addition of pear in the opening along with musk in the heart of the fragrance. Aside from the actual notes, how does it actually smell? How does it compare to La Bomba? If I'm honest, I truly wanted to come in here and hate this fragrance. I really wanted to tell you guys that this was a completely unnecessary one-to-one clone, and I'm so tired of them duping La Bomba, which I still am. But I gotta say, I think that this is a little bit better than La Bomba. And again, La Bomba is my favorite release of 2025 in terms of designer fragrances. Like, I love the La Bomba DNA, so it takes a lot for me to say that. I haven't felt this way about any of the other clones. Intensely Seductive by Oud. I think those are nice and those are very close to the original. Riffs, a little less so. Riffs is a little bit more like creamy, a little bit nuttier, whereas Intensely Seductive Oud I think is honestly almost a one-to-one of La Bomba. But this one, the added pear note adds an additional freshness that I didn't even know that La Bomba needed. An additional freshness and an additional sweetness. A little bit more like rounding out nature to the actual scent. To me, it makes it a little bit less sharp. Don't get me wrong. This is still a tangy, sweet, intense fragrance where if you don't like pitahaya, it's still not for you. But the pear really does add an extra sweet nuance to it that I think makes it better. And I also gotta say, the longevity and projection on this one far surpasses the original La Bomba. This is not just a fragrance that I would say, oh, if you like La Bomba, it's gonna be very close. So, you know, it's not gonna perform as well, or it's not gonna add as much richness to your overall experience, but it's pretty close for a cheaper price point. You can get it. No, this is like if I wanna wear that DNA, as it stands today, I would pick up Kiana Vibes over the original. Can't believe I'm saying that, but I really would. I truly do think it's better. Now, that could be subjective, right? It depends on what you think of the original DNA of La Bomba, but I really think that the pear adds something better to the scent profile. I don't know if I really smell the musk, so maybe it's adding something, but I'm just not really picking it up. But I wouldn't know. By the smell, I wouldn't have been able to tell you, oh yeah, they've added musk in the heart. No, I think as soon as you spray it and as you wear it on your skin and you compare it to the original La Bomba, you can definitely tell there's something extra sweet in there. Not too much extra sweet. Not like, oh my gosh, it's unbearably sweet now, but a better sweet nuance in the actual scent profile. And you can for sure tell that it performs better. Now, I've never thought that La Bomba performs badly. It's funny, a lot of fragrances, a lot of designer or niche fragrances that you'll have, you won't think, you know, perform badly until you compare it to a longer lasting, better performing Middle Eastern fragrance. And you're like, oh, snap, okay. Well, then I guess we're going with this one. So yeah, the performance, the longevity, for sure better. And the extra sweetness, it's better. I don't even know what else to say. It's better. Now, in terms of the actual design, of course, you know, they're not giving us a beautiful butterfly like Carolina Herrera's, but I like the design. It's sleek. It feels classy. You get your little gold and your little fake plastic top that I just try to ignore on the bottles at this point. But the actual, you know, container itself is glass. I have nothing bad to say about it. It's definitely a hell of a lot better than whatever this is that Riffs tried to give me. This is not me at all. I know some people like this. By all means, you can, but I don't like this. And I don't like it when, if you're going to, you know, do a fragrance that's inspired by a fragrance, I think that you should keep it on theme, keep it on brand. Why is it blue with like a little whirlpool, right? It makes sense that it should be red and juicy looking like the original La Bomba. So I like the design. Of course, the price point is better. The smell is better. The performance is better. It's better. It's better. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm cheating on a long-term like loved one or spouse because of how much I love La Bomba. And I hate to say this, I really do. I really wish I could come and say that this is horrible and we don't need 5,000 La Bomba clones. But no, I think it's worth checking out, truly. It is fantastic. Now, I believe there is one more La Bomba inspired by maybe La Bomba twist that should be coming out. Well, not should be coming out. It has already been released. I've already ordered it. It should hopefully be to me by the end of the week, if not early next week, and that is Jory by Lattafa. So far, everything that I've heard about that particular fragrance says that it is La Bomba, but I think extra sweet, like there's supposed to be more fruit in here. I haven't looked at the notes of that one yet. I don't know if it's pitahaya or a different type of, you know, fruit note. I don't know. But that one is supposed to be even more fruit focused. So I'm going to be interested to see if when they say it's more fruit focused, is that like Kiana, where it's like a slight more fruity focused fragrance, but still very much La Bomba, or if it truly is La Bomba with a twist. Like, I don't consider this to be a twist. I consider this to just be a slightly better version of La Bomba by focusing a little bit more on, you know, some sweet and fruity nuances, but it's not like Mystique Bouquet, which is Valaya, but a lot fruitier. This one is still La Bomba, but just a little bit better. We'll see what Jory is giving and whether or not I think, you know, it can also be better than the original. Who knows? I hope though, after Jory, that's it. We're done. But yeah, if I want to wear that DNA, I'm grabbing Kiana. She's that good. So let me know, guys, if this is one that you will be checking out. How do you even feel about the La Bomba DNA? And I will see you guys back tomorrow for our next episode.